Hi there, it's Sarah from Inspire Tarot. Welcome back to the channel again. So today on the cards we have Judgment, the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So these are all very powerful cards again. What's coming through to me is in order to give and receive and to evolve, we have to be very open to speaking our truth. So the Queen of Swords, she speaks her truth. She's fair and impartial, but she's very honest. She's not overly focused on compassion. So when this card comes up, I think it very much shows that maybe we've been people pleasing, that we need to focus on speaking our truth more and being more, seeing ourselves more as an equal. I think people pleasing is a very pervasive problem, a very pervasive pattern. We don't even know we're doing it. I know for many years I didn't know I was doing it. I'm sure sometimes I still do it and I'm not aware of it. Any time that we think something in our mind and we don't share it, and we do something or say something from a fear of consequences, then we're people pleasing and we're not being authentic. Now, we know the way we're often brought up in relationships is to please others and to hide our light. We think that we're less than and that other people are more than. We put them on a pedestal and then we believe that we have to please them. Now, thankfully, the universe or the laws of God are set up for equality. So the way it plays out, the way the natural laws work, is that if we don't act from a place of perfect equality, then we see imbalance in our relationships. And there is always a tendency to blame the external, blame the other person. But really, they're just showing us how we value ourselves and what we think about ourselves. So if we don't like what's coming back at us from the outside, then we need to adjust our sails. We need to adjust our thinking. So yeah, this is something that I've learned, and it can feel difficult to speak your truth. You can feel terrified of speaking your truth. And I know certainly when you do start speaking your truth, you can go through a period of it being quite difficult where people don't like it. Say, for example, you've been extremely generous with someone, always giving them what they want, and then one day you say, I'm sorry, no, I'm not doing that. The part of them that, took advantage of you or not took advantage of you. I want to rephrase that because you can't really be taken advantage of. You can allow people to take advantage of you, but people can't take advantage of their own free will. We're always manifesting the imbalance that we ourselves create. It's not that other people have power over us. We're all this one mind. So yeah, going back to the story, if you set boundaries and speak your truth, then initially it can be met with resistance. But if you just hold your own and accept that it's just a period that you're going to have to go through, then people will start to respect you more and you will start to respect yourself. And that's where the more you respect yourself, the more you will see the external world following suit. And it's a really nice feeling. It's empowering and it's more authentic. It's more true to you. And subsequently, it's just better and healthier for everyone because we live in a very distorted world of people pleasing and political correctness, and it just gets so complicated. And really, the ego always wants us to hide how we truly feel. But really, we're just playing into the ego's games when we do that, when we hide ourselves and we don't speak our truth. Actually, I find that if you find a group of people who are focused on the spiritual path and want to be very honest, and very open, and you can speak your truth without judgment, and it's nice to feel as though you can be completely yourself, because the ego will always tell us that that our our sins and our guilty things that we think alone, but really it's all part of the ego belief system. So everybody shares the same negative thoughts and the same distortions and things, and once we put them out in the open, then it's just better. We start to feel more bonded, more able to be vulnerable, and we just improve the intimacy. And the giving and receiving becomes more natural because we're not giving from a place of distortion. We're not giving to get. So I love this Six of Pentacles card. It's very balanced and it shows how we give and receive in a very kind of balanced and harmonious way. So yeah, it's a truly beautiful depiction. And the Judgment card is all about having epiphanies and awakening and aligning with congruence. Congruence is when what we think, say, and do all align. Now, I know not many of us can say that we are actually fully congruent all the time. We're constantly working on this pattern. But yeah, it's wonderful. It's just, the more honest and authentic you become, the more empowered you feel, and the better your life is. But I do feel as though you do have to go through the pain barrier with it, for sure. I know I certainly did. But as somebody who is constantly wanting to grow, you do need to counterbalance your compassion and your empathy with speaking your truth. And actually, there's nothing more empathetic than speaking your truth and not allowing distortions to take place in the world. I think it's, justice is really important. When we look at the reverse of these cards, we'll see the Queen of Swords she can be sort of very pessimistic and cruel, get into gossip, feel very disempowered. And we really want to avoid getting ourselves into these states where we play out the reverse things of the cards, where we are seeing power outside ourselves, we're victimizing ourselves, and we fall into a state of disempowerment. The Six of Pentacles would be to do with overgiving or lack of reciprocity or not valuing things equally. And the Judgment card is about like self-doubt, the inner critic, masks, hiding, and self-denial, all unhealthy traits that we're often taught to embody as children in our culture. And really the spiritual journey is all about correcting these distortions and turning things right side up. But often we don't even know what is the right thing to do. So we're learning a different way. We're learning to see with the spirit, to see right side up. And I do love this Queen of Swords card, even though, she's got a hawk or a bird of prey and a sword, and she has a very, not a mean look, but she means business. But she still looks delicate and feminine. And yeah, speaking our truth can be a very feminine trait. Certainly a very balanced trait. When we look at how Jesus was, or any of the other great spiritual leaders, they were very uncompromising, and they almost came across as quite rebellious. They said things that shocked people, things that really went against social norms. And I think on our spiritual path, this is something that we have to be prepared to do. We have to say things that surprise people sometimes and shock people. But as long as we own our honesty and our authenticity, then we can't really go wrong. It's definitely a beautiful way to be. So, yeah, I hope this reading helped today. Hope it helps you to be more assertive and more honest. And definitely just feel more empowered and balanced, and find that the external world will respect you more as you respect yourself more. Yeah, it's beautiful the way it works, the mirror universe. Right. Thank you for listening. I'll see you again.